All right, what's going on, guys? Trevor here with another day of MLB Picks, and we'll hop into the recap. Twins Padres was a push. Shout out to forget his name, Padres second baseman for fumbling that double play to get us out of the bases loaded to get a win there. Got the push at least, but the rest of the day was ugly. Prado didn't do anything. Flew out to the warning track. Got walked. I mean, wasn't striking out, so can't really complain there. But Yankees got demolished. I mean, that was horrendous. That was ugly as hell. And the Rangers couldn't get to Luis Medina. I mean, Christ, I don't know. And of course, in the sixth inning, they get right to it and score. I think they scored three in the sixth, of course. So that was just the story of the day. Minus 2.5 units yesterday. So we're gonna look to bounce back today. First play is the Twins and the Cubs under 8 minus 120. Sonny Gray versus Drew Smiley today. Sonny Gray is 3-0 with a 135 ERA, 121 whip, 6 earned and 15 walks with 47 Ks. Smiley is 3-1, 305 ERA, .99 whip, 13 earned, 4 homers, 9 walks, and 34 Ks. Twins versus lefties at home in the last 2 weeks. They're batting 143 with a 231 on base, a 458 OPS, and a 36% K rate. And Cubs versus righties on the road the last 2 weeks. They're batting 231 with a 319 on base, a 342 slug, and a 26% K rate. Both teams are not batting the ball well. Wind is blowing in at 11 miles an hour from center field with an overcast tonight. And it is a night game, so it's just going to get cooler. And Drew Smiley, he's limiting hard contact at an elite level this year, so I'm not too worried about Minnesota really getting a hold of one. Maybe Gallo, he's been ripping them, but I'm not too worried about a ton of runs in this game from either side here. So I'm just gonna score a low scoring pitchers duel like yesterday. Had we got that ground ball, we would have got there with the under yesterday. So we're gonna run it back today. Next is the Nationals money line, plus 100. Mackenzie Gore has allowed 3 or less in all but one of his outings at home, which was to the Cubs. They've been all great teams that he's faced at home: the Braves, the Orioles, and the Cubs, and he's held them all under 3 except for the Cubs there. Gore's got a 30.5% K rate this year also, and the Mets. When he faced the Mets last week in Citi Field, he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned, 10 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The Nationals lineup versus Tyler Miguel is got a 238 batting average, a 476 slug with 3 extra base hits and a home run. The Mets lineup versus Mackenzie Gore, 231 batting average, 308 slug, 1 extra base hit, and a 43% K rate. McGill doesn't K a lot of teams. He's got a really low strikeout rate, and he gives up a ton of walks and hits. Um, McKenzie's been playing great, and the whole team really has as of late. And the Mets are on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think they've lost 14 of the last 17, 13 of the last 16. They're in a downward spiral. They can't even beat the Rockies at home. The Nationals have been playing really good. Now they're back home with a really good pitcher on the mound. So I'm gonna back the Nationals tonight on the money line. And then the next play we have is the Rangers money line with a Jonah Heim hit at plus 110. Ken Waldichuk at home. He's 0-1 with a 4.96 ERA, 153 WHIP, 9 earned, 4 homers, 5 walks, 16 Ks, and 16.1 innings. And Oakland is a pitcher friendly park, so these are not good numbers at all. Rangers versus lefties this month are absolutely raking. They got a 329 batting average, 416 on base, 471 slug, 886 OPS, a 151 WRC plus with a 38.7% hard hit contact. Jonah Heim versus lefties this year, he's 11-24, 458 batting average, a 750 slug with 5 extra base hits. And on the road, he's batting 344 with a 459 slug. Oakland versus lefties this month, they're batting 231 with a 311 on base, a 246 slugging percentage, and a 553 OPS with a 65 WRC plus. They have a 43% ground ball rate for Martin Perez, so I'm not too worried about balls getting lifted tonight. And Waldichuk only has a 35% ground ball rate versus his 33% fly ball rate. The wind is blowing out also at 9 miles an hour, so I'm gonna take the Rangers to just beat up the Athletics again. I know they screwed us last night, but I got faith in them tonight to get the job done. And then next play, we have the Rockies' first 5 run line at -110. Philly's been outscored in their last 5 road games, 32-16. I know they just had a home series, but I'm just looking at the road here. Everyone plays a little better at home. Um, Austin Gomber's not good at all. I'm not gonna try to fool you. He's not good at all. But the Rockies' bats as of late have been heating up. I really like them. They've been putting up runs, um, up and down the order. The bats are working. The Phillies are struggling versus lefties the last 2 weeks. They got a 208 batting average with a 269 on base, 417 slug, 686 OPS with a 31% K rate. The wind's blowing in from center field at 14 miles an hour tonight, so I think that's gonna help Gomber keep some balls in the yard and not allow Philly to leave the yard, score runs there. And the Rockies' bats are working. They're not relying on home runs, crushing the ball. They're just getting on base, keep it moving. So I think they're going to have the advantage here tonight, since Philly does rely on the long ball a little bit more. So I'm going to back the Rockies the first 5 here, so we don't have to get any of that bullpen. And then the final play is the Red Sox over 4.5 at -130. They're at home versus Waino tonight with the wind blowing out to right field at 8 miles an hour. This lineup versus Waino, they're batting 273 with a 485 slug, 4 extra base hits with a homer. The Red Sox versus righties this season at home, 297 batting average, 359 on base, 499 slug, 858 OPS with a 328 BABIP and a 127 WRC plus. Waino got rocked by the Tigers at home, and the Tigers are middle of the pack at best versus righties. Now he's got to travel to Boston to face a top 3 team versus righties and a team who absolutely rakes at home and who has had his number. So I will just back the Red Sox to score some runs today, even if it's that bullpen too. We've seen it. They're going to give it up. They can't hang on to a lead. They can't do much of anything right now. So I will back the Red Sox to score some runs today. And that will do it for the plays today. Good luck with all of your bets, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.